I'm going to hit the third rail, the Blues Festival. I put a call into Bob Barter. I'd like to sit down with his board. I know you and I have conversed a little bit about that. I truly believe that the agreement that we had worked out with you, Mr. Laneri, and Mr. Barter really would benefit the town. So I'm going to make an attempt to sit down and talk to him, because I just think that putting the corporate minds that are in the Chamber of Commerce and the bid together with the musical talent that I think is probably more behind the Val Levitt, from listening to Mr. Barter, I'm holding out hope that we can do this together. I think it would be a better event. And I don't even know where that is in here, and it keeps with the board's theme of coordinating the entire event schedule downtown together. Not one person or one group being in charge over the other, but coordinating the whole thing together. So I think there's room here. I'm not quite sure.
I think the negative about that is that if you look at the budget, in calendar year 2010, the biggest event that will take place downtown will be the Blues Festival.
Right.
In terms of people in and people out, in terms of expenditure of time, energy, and effort by the town, in terms of budget, in terms of shutting the town down for 2 days. It's unfortunate that there's nothing in our budget that even addresses the Blues Festival, and that's in part because of the murky nature of how this is going to be run.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to. I know you wanted to say something, the deputy, and then Vince wants to say something. What's that?
I was going to say, this does not pertain to the
No,
I know Vince is part of the Val board. Maybe you could shed some light on that decision.
The only light I can shed is, you have to realize Bob Barter teaches, otherwise he would have been here. He asked me to speak in his place when I speak for him. So what I say is his words, not my words.
No, why don't you go up here so everybody can hear you? They can't hear you back there. The television cannot hear you.
I'll come here.
Okay.
Bob Barter wrote an op-ed piece.
Where?
And in that op-ed piece he said, and I quote him, "The Val Levitt will not withdraw its Chapter 90. That means the Val Levitt wants its Chapter 90 honored. We were in first. We've done it for 4 years in the past successfully. We don't understand why it can't be done again this year with the same success.
Well, we had Vince, you weren't part of the meeting. We had a meeting with Bob Barter. We actually had an agreement with Bob Barter on something that probably would work very well, that guaranteed that the Val Levitt would be whole in the same way, and probably and then some, that they were every year. He gave us the estimate of how much money was a net profit, and we determined that at the meeting that the Val Levitt would be guaranteed that amount of money, assuming there was a profit. And then the chamber and the bid had some other fantastic ideas for this to help promote it that Bob Barter wasn't even looking at. And he said, you know, that is a great way to go. And the three of them, along with myself and the deputy supervisor, all said this is going to be a great thing. So if we can almost guarantee, assuming there's a profit, that the Vale is protected, and then any of the monies after that, there would be an understanding of how it would be split. But the point was that the Vale probably will come out ahead working together, and I'm convinced that's the way it's going to happen. So we just have to, I'm asking Bob Barter to address I'm asking him to allow me to address the board to discuss this.
When he came out of the meeting and we went outside, I gave him a copy of the Chapter 90 that was submitted by the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And that Chapter 90 had the Vale doing things. They put stuff in without our consent or knowledge.
Vince, I'm not interested in that.
When he said that changed, I'll use his word, that changed the dynamics of the meeting.
I'm interested in we had a very productive meeting. I don't know what happened from there to your board meeting. I'm positive that this event is better for the three groups. You have to understand, the people, you're dealing with the top people in this town, at the Chamber, at the Bid, and at the Vale. And anybody that doesn't see putting the top people, they're the same people like yourself that volunteer, they show up, whether it's the Rotary event, or the Lion event, or tree planting, or Central Suffolk Hospital, County Bay Medical Center, 5-Star Hospital. They're the same people, and putting all these people together is going to make it a better event. We're not working against, we're working, we want to work everybody together. So I'm convinced the answer is, and this board is supporting this position. We've discussed it, that we're going to continue along the lines that it's going to be jointly awarded. So hopefully maybe you can talk to Bob. I just called him today. I was out of the office a lot yesterday, and see if we can get a meeting together. Because if I don't know what the concerns are, the concerns can't be, well, we did it for 4 years, we're the only ones going to do it. That's not a concern that this board sees as relevant. What this board sees as relevant is taking an excellent event and making it a superb event. And I think with more help, that'll happen. And guarantees to the Vale, and that's what we're prepared to do.
I just think the three entities have to come together and solve their problems. I'm not one to choose between what entity does it. I just think all three of them have to come together and join it. Yes, could it be a better if all three got together and did it? I think you have more resources. More resources you have, the better something's gonna be.
That's right.
And you have more minds, right? Each person has a different thinking. If they put all their minds together, again, it'll be a better event. And I think that's what has to happen. I think all three organizations have to come together and talk about it and not let personalities get involved in it. I think there's where we are now. And I think personalities have to be set aside, good negotiations have to be taking place, and a good event has to be put on.
And I'm putting the full weight of the supervisor's office behind.
Everybody's here, so I'm letting everybody know.
Yeah, I gotta agree with
That's my
John.
thought.
They're all excellent
Yes.
organizations, and we're proud of all of them. They'll
That's
do a
right.
great job, so I couldn't pick one, so I would like to see them, and we'd all like to see them work together.
I was under the impression it was worked out that day.
Yeah.
Bob seemed to be very happy with the
Well, maybe
suggestions
just
we
need a little
made.
more discussion, we'll work out the little details.
No, I didn't see the chapter 90, which was brought up now, I suppose.
I don't
Who
know.
does what, so
Yeah, we're
maybe you can talk that out, that's negotiation,
Well, like,
right?
I'm under the impression that was, and then when the doors opened, that changed. So I guess maybe it's time to close the doors again.
First, yeah, because I'm not here to tell volunteers what to do. Volunteers come to us and say, this is what we want to do, this is our plan, and we say, we approve it, say, thank you very much, okay? I'm not here to tell a volunteer what to do, okay?
But we will hopefully have a meeting with your group, and we'll coordinate an outcome. I'm positive there's a resolution of this where all three of you work together.
I think that you should get in touch with Bob Barter.
I made a phone call
I
to
can
him.
speak no further.
I made a
He's
phone
the
call.
president.
I made a phone call to him this morning, and hopefully he can convene a meeting and we can get this behind us, because we're remaining positive. We want to be positive. No, we don't want negative stuff back and forth on this. Just move forward, positive, get this thing set up, and get it in this schedule. All right, thank you very much. You guys have done a great job.
Thank you very much.
Nice meeting.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you soon, sir.
Thank you. I'll let you know if we get those pictures.
Yes, please.
Get the scar.
Thank you very much.